Morning all. Martin Shave Tests. Want to do a little bit of honing this morning. Let me show you why. I've got here from America a beautiful Wade&Butcher special. It's a late Wade&Butcher. I've already taped it. As you can see, I've already put the black Sharpie marker along the edge, so we can check its conformity to being reasonably straight. I have put already all my stones this morning. I have actually flattened them using a 4000 grit and a 1000 grit on the other side, diamond plate. So hopefully we're all ready to go, because I don't want to waste your time. Anyway, there's a little bit of slurry on my 3K Nanoar Super Professional. There is a little tiny nick, very small, on the edge of this blade. I'm hoping I can redeem it and remove it using this, the 3000. As for optical stuff, I've got all sorts today. I've got a little loop. The best is a lightweight handheld microscope. Anyway, let's see if we can get rid of this rather offensive little fault in the edge, because this razor came from a very nice vendor, very nice gentleman, I believe in Northern America, and I think New York. Anyway, he said to me that he got it from a couple of old ladies with some other junk, and what was interesting was that this particular razor is virtually new old stock. It has probably had very, very little use indeed. I would say it has been used, but probably very, very... I don't think it's ever been to the hone stones, which is why, as you can see, it's got a nice piece of new black tape. If there's a lot of wear on a blade, a lot of hone wear, then I wouldn't bother. But this one does appear to be very good, very, very nice. Anyway, let's just check how the geometry is. Let's have a little look. Yeah, as I thought, you can see a nice silver line all the way along the edge. There's no geometry issues at all. If there were, then you can cant your blade on the stone accordingly, but there's none, as I suspected. This is a very nice looking blade. However, let me just get some kitchen roll. What we need to do is to be absolutely certain. I do believe you shouldn't try to go over and over and over a blade and wear all the steel away. These are precious objects. Let's have a little look with my handheld. This is amusing. Do you know what? It's already gone. That just goes to prove a little bit of slurry on a 3K Nanoar Pro will actually help cut. I'll just give it a little bit more just to be on the safe side. Also, what I'll do, old trick, white spirit. White spirit will remove your Sharpie very, very effectively. So there we go. Don't know if you can see that, chaps. That's the black of the felt marker now removed. We've tested and proven that it's a very nice straight blade, or a very nice straight edge rather. So now we can get on and do the proper work. Okay. Oh, while I'm at it, I'm going to show you the box that came with it. How about that? It's a Wade&Butcher special. And what's rather lovely about it, you can see manufactured by Wade&Butcher, Sheffield, England. And then inside, look at the sticker from the retailer. It's R.K. Fritzen, dealer in scissors, razors, knives, etc. Light and fine grinding, Brooklyn, New York. So it's come all the way from England to America and now back to me, where it will be loved, cherished, and let's hope shaved with all today. So back to the stone. I think as a bevel set, if you're careful, I think 3K is enough. If you've got issues, big nicks out of your edge, etc., etc., then you might need to go to a 1K or a 2K. I've only got a cheap Chinese 1K, and it absorbs water like a desert, so I don't usually use it that much. But can you see, let me tilt this, you see we've already got, even a very, very light slurry, we've already got a very nice grey tail, which shows me metal is being removed. But I don't want to remove too much. I'd like to pass this one on when I'm dead and gone. Mind you, in the future, I think all men are going to have to be called Mary and probably wear dresses, because the way things are going, we're already going all beardy. And you can't say anything that's politically incorrect anymore, which is probably why I'm going to get my videos stopped. However, that I would say is enough. I wasn't counting the laps. I'm now going to wash off the telltale grey slurry on my nice pink stone. I'll just for luck give it a couple more passes, just for luck. Just set the stone correctly. Very light this time. We're going to go down in grade. So I would say, I'll give it a quick squint under the microscope, but I would say that is bevel set. The obvious test now. Oh my god. Whoa! Yeah, that's grabbing my nail. Really grabbing it. There's the baby tomato. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Oh, that is sharp. That is incredible. I'm hoping this is a proof that Wade&Butcher steel, whether it's a late one or an early one, is well and truly good steel. You can see that this is a deep hollow grind. I can just get that angle correct. It's a deep hollow ground blade. The early Wade&Butchers obviously tend to be quarter hollow or even worse, and very, very expensive. So I'm going to put that down. I have, as I've said, already flatted all my stones. There is a 5K, which is one of my favourites. I think everybody loves 5K, but that's, I can dig out the box. Yeah, it's a Shapton 5K. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I've left it with a very slight slurry on it from flattening it, because I think that's the quickest way to remove metal and to reduce your scratch from 3K to 5K. This is going to be a very, very, very gentle movement for the simple reason the 3K edge was superb. Now normally I tend to kill the edge just, you know, to prove a point. All right, I'll kill it. Right. That's killed the edge. Yeah, that's dead. Always test on your nail, smooth, and on the little tomato, again, smooth. The reason for killing an edge is to ensure that the next stage, your next stone in your progression, has no remedial sharpness and scratches. So I'm going to say this would probably take no more, because I only did the one stroke on the edge of the stone. This will take only a few laps to get it back. I'm using moderate pressure. not light pressure. I much prefer when I've got a stone in a rest block, a rubber rest block like this. I much prefer to use both hands to totally control the pressure. That way, if you needed to, you can put a little bit more pressure on the heel or a little bit more pressure on the toe. This doesn't need it, so this should be fine as it is. Let's see if that's brought it back. That's very, very few strokes. But let's have a look. Wow, I think it has already. Oh, blimey, yes. You must check all the way, as you can see, all the way along that edge. Lightest possible pressure straight through the tomato skin. The other test being on your nail, it should grab, really, really grab. So already we've passed 3K. We've removed a nasty little flat spot or nick from the edge with the 3K. I'm now going to go to the 8K, which I know is flat. This is one of my favourite stones. A lot of people don't like 8K. I personally do. One of the reasons I like 8K is it's your precursor stone before a finishing stone. Some people can shave off 8K. I have. But anyway, this is an 8K. This is the ultra fine super white, if I can remember properly, which I probably can't. It is a Nanoa Snow White Jeong Pakul, which I rather like. One of the reasons I like it, as you will now see, is because with a white stone, guess what? You can see the very, very slightest traces. And as you can see, there's no slurry. You shouldn't slurry from 8K downwards, or rather from 5K downwards. So there's no slurry on this lovely Nanoa Snow White. But you can already see, yes, the water is darkening. Yes, there is definitely coloration in the water. It's running beautifully over the edge. There's a lot of talk about if you do things in a hurry, which I love to do as well, and you use the stones by hand, if you do this direction, the traditional direction, you know, against the edge, as I call it, then you won't get a wire edge. Wire edges, yeah, I'm not afraid of wire edges, but you do need to watch out for the false wire edge. If you keep going in this direction, there's no possibility of a wire edge being formed. Can you see, chaps, there's quite a degree on the bottom. There's quite a degree of colour. I would honestly say we've probably already gone far enough. Let me just test. I'm going to wipe the blade edge. Wow, this is going to be some razor. You can tell after you've done a few dozen. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I'm going to stop killing the edge. I think this steel is so superb. What I would do is just use running water, remove any trace of, well, what's the right word for it? I was going to say slurry, but it's not slurry, is it now? Any traces of metal left behind. This is just pure water on the stone, and as you can see, with a very light stroke, you're not going to bring up any traces of metal. So I would say that is good enough. Do I need to check it under the microscope? No. Your feel and your tests with the tomato and your thumbnail really is enough. You only use, well, I only use a microscope to make sure that there's no faults and nicks and they've all been removed. As far as the scratch pattern goes, I really don't care. It's only the final edge that actually does the work. The rest of the bevel, I really don't think matters that much. If there's a few slightly deeper scratches left on your bevel, I can't see really how that makes an awful lot of difference, particularly as you slightly alter the angle towards your finisher stone to give it that burnished edge. It's only the apex that actually does the cutting. There you are, that's it, that's 8K. Let me just, even those last few strokes, can you see? It did bring up a little bit of colour. There is metal still being removed. So I'm now going to go straight to, just for a laugh, I'm going to go to my favourite stone, which is a 10K. And this is rather unusual. This is an American stone. It's by the Nanahone Company, 51 Shattuck Street, Pepperell. I presume that's Minnesota, but I'm not certain. Anyway, this has been flatted. This is an absolutely gorgeous, very thin stone. It's got a metal back plate to keep it rigid. If you drop this, it's gone. Well, it's gone if it hasn't got a metal back plate. I wish all the stones would do this. However, let me just check. Yeah, that's a beautiful stone. This will give the polish which the 8K can't quite manage. Again, no slurry, light pressure. I'm only going to do probably 20 laps at the most. Already we've got a very, very, very good edge. And as you can see, I'm not bringing up any telltale colour, which is one of the reasons I rather adore pale stones. However, also I can feel it's quite sticky. The tape isn't the best indicator because obviously you're not resting on steel, you're resting on tape. But I can still feel, yeah, that's good. Is there any need to check under the scope? I probably should. But really, it's going so well, do you need to? I'm quite well practiced at pressure and feel. And this feel on this 10K is absolutely lovely. I know there are better 10Ks. I'm sure there are better Japanese expensive 10Ks. But this wasn't hugely expensive. It's a lovely width of stone. And whoever these Nanahone people are, they do produce a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stone. And this edge, I would honestly say, you could shave with this right now. It's just a little bit more paper and have a little clean up. Yeah, I'm certain this razor could be shaved with as quick as that. But let's have a little look, just for curiosity's sake, and I'll tell you. Yeah, no traces, hardly a trace of the previous scratches from the other stones. I would honestly say the best investment you can make is a little cheap, lightweight binocular, because they don't make monocular for inspection. A little binocular one like this does a wonderful little job, very, very cheap. I'm going to just test one more time on the little tomato. Oh my God, that is sharp. Yes, hence no need to kill the edge. Now I'm going to be naughty. First of all, a few things to show you. That's called a pencil. That's what we use to mark the stone to make sure it's completely flat. I've done that, as I've said, I've already done that. All my stones are lapped and flat. So I would say the 10K is done. So let's put him down somewhere. And I'm going to go really naughty. Yes, I am. I'm going to go to 12K. Because I'm spoiled. I've got lots of stones. I'm a spoilt bastard. So, this is your 12K. Actually, I don't have a lot of faith in 12K, hence why I'm only going to give it a little bit of work. So let's just do a few laps on 12K, no slurry. Yeah, just a few. Yeah, it feels very, very good. I do apologise for a slight roughness in my voice. Well, last week I had a hacking cough, rather a nasty cold. But the old adages, the old sayings are very true, which is you should really feed and rest when you've got a cold, and it does go. I managed to get rid of a very, very nasty cold in about 3.5 days. The remnants are still with me now, but it's only phlegm. Anyway, that is quite enough on 12K. If you really want a treat, I think there's the very slightest trace, very slight trace of steel, but let's just go and do the ultimate, which is to do a few more under running water. There's the running water. I don't want to be too much longer. You're going to get bored and never watch any of my stuff again, and I wouldn't blame you. But that is sticky. Yeah, that's definitely sticky. I would say let's set it at 12K. Should we go mad? Yes, let's go mad. Let's go mad and use the ultimate. This is a 20K, and this is one very expensive stone. It's the Gokumyo, Suehiro Gokumyo, and it's a true 20K, and it really doesn't get enough use from me. These are very, very expensive. It has been thoroughly flatted. I'm only going to use water. That's all I'm going to use. This is my ultimate synthetic finisher. And if this doesn't shave absolutely perfectly, at least you know you've gone all the way to 20K. And I'd say about no more than 20 maximum, about 20 laps on 20K after 12K. Why not be spoiling ourselves? Why not enjoy this ridiculously interesting hobby? So 20K, I shall then run upstairs to my bathroom, and I shall lap. No, well, I won't. No, I won't. I will strop on the very best Kaneyama canvas and the very best Kaneyama horsehide, and then I'm going to shave with it. So we've gone from two old ladies in North America who found amongst probably some old gentleman's relatives, perhaps possessions, a few items, one of which is this absolutely beautiful, oh, this is such a good razor. This is such a beautiful condition razor. I just had to use it. I had to buy it. I have restored it. I did had to take a few little smaller rust marks out, and of course what little original edge it had left I had to kill on the buff, because the buff, although it brings up a nice finish on the steel, it completely destroys the edge. Anyway, that, as you can see, has left no trace, hardly any trace, residual trace of metal. So a couple more running water only, and then I should go upstairs and leave you in peace. And I'm going to, oh, sticky. Yeah, no need to do it, but I'll do it because I'm showing off. There is a very thin-skinned baby plum tomato. Oh, that's what it's about. Every single part of that edge I was going to say is razor sharp, but that's a bit obvious. Yeah, this goes into mouth, thus. This gets dried, tape gets removed. You can save a clean piece of tape like this because it's still perfect. So that goes over here somewhere. I can't find where I put it. Oh yeah. That will slowly dry and can be used for another day on another razor. This one, as you can tell, is all ready to go. And that's the joy of honing your own razors in a very short time. I said very short time. Oh my God, I do apologize. 25 minutes. Anyway, you can go from a dead, useless metal razor shaped object to a perfect one, all ready to shave with in 25 minutes. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you do, keep watching. I do lots of stuff on the YouTube channel. Martin's Shave Test. Bye for now.